What is going on, you guys? Theo here with a big review, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video, and we've got so much to go over today that we're just going to jump right into it. But before we do, smash that like button and subscribe. So we are in the new score dungeon for the Valentines event, and as you'll see here, this is going to be your mileage rewards. Looking like this time around we are actually going to have a fest ticket, and it's going to be a random one. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a selector, but it is nice to see that they are giving this to us on here. Generally, we don't get these fest tickets on these mileages, so this is a welcome change. And kind of scrolling through here, you'll see the rewards, and I feel like this one actually has a lot better rewards than some of the other ones we've had, even recently. So, overall, I'm pretty happy with the state of this one. You'll see here that you've actually got these cards here again from last year, and mainly this is going to be, for the most part, it's looking like predominantly a rerun of the event that we got for the last Valentine's Day. So some of this stuff in here is going to be kind of copy and paste, but overall I'm not complaining because the mileage rewards here are really good. I would recommend, as always, waiting before you jump in on this, because they will open up the SP dungeon and then you will be able to start grinding some of this currency in order to get into the exchange shop and exchange for whatever items are in there. If it is a copy paste of last year's exchange shop, then we'll have to wait and see. We don't know. There's no way to know right now, but if it is, then that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. It's still going to have some really good mileage rewards. So that is going to be your score dungeon this year, a lot the same as last year's. But moving on here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this Kasumi Meet Me at the Park event, which is okay. It's got decent rewards. Really, you'd be doing it for the rainbow souls overall, I would say. The rest of the stuff in here isn't anything too crazy. Now, I am recording this audio after already playing this one, and this is going to be annoying to do every day. I don't think we can skip it. We might be able to. I'm not sure. I hope we are, because otherwise, yeah, this is a thing. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, right? It's another way to waste time, but yeah, I am not a big fan of having to play through these types of things, because really, I mean, they're just kind of time wasters, and they've already told us before that they are trying to help us out with the homework end of the game, and this definitely does not feel like it is trying to help us with the homework end of the game, to be honest with you guys. It just feels like another time dump. Now, it isn't like it takes 10 minutes to get through this thing at all. I think I end up clearing this thing in a minute or whatever it is, and that's even with playing extremely poorly as this Kasumi, because I've never really messed too much with this character, but I'm sure that if I can't skip this, I'm going to be getting plenty of experience with her. But yeah, so this event is fine, I guess. I really hope that we can skip it going forward, but if not, I guess it's not that big of a time investment. It just sucks that they continue to add things that we have to sit there and actually babysit and play, as opposed to just letting us kind of skip through it, especially with us now having a dungeon open as well. It's just one of those things where, yeah, so. And you'll see here, too, the rewards on this thing aren't too bad. You know, for the first clear, you get some rubies, obviously, but then if you look here, I do get 10 rainbow souls, which I can add to the absolute stockpile that I have, but that part of it's pretty nice. The rest of the rewards are pretty sus, put it that way. But yeah, so that's that event. Not anything too crazy. You can play it once a day, so go ahead and do that every day and get those rainbow souls, because it is worth it. Now, if you look here, we've talked about this already in the past when they announced this stuff, but this is going to be the dark chocolate Mukai event. And you'll see the rewards here, nothing too crazy, just going to be some hammers and some capsule boxes, as well as some skip tickets. So, pretty nice overall. I think it's like 150 skip tickets or so when you clear it completely. So, they give you plenty of team slots as well. And at the end of the day, it should be pretty easy for anybody to kind of clear this thing. As a result, you'll be able to take in quite a few of your fighters to do this. And basically, that means that beginners, intermediates, and veterans should be able to get through this fairly easily. As is the case with most of these challenges at this point, the biggest factor as far as what you're actually fighting challenge-wise is going to be the lag, because you'll see that this thing does slow down quite a bit towards the middle end. I don't know what the heck is going on with these challenges with this. I think that they really need to fix this. I can only imagine for people who don't have as good of a phone as I do, and I don't even have the best phone in the world, but I do have a very strong phone, and even it has an asthma attack doing this kind of stuff. You'll see the frame rate drops are just, they're noticeable. So I can only imagine if people are running a older phone. But yeah, so that's pretty much that event. It's really easy to get through. Not anything you should be struggling with, and you'll get these rewards here. So pretty nice overall that they brought this back for people who weren't able to do it originally, but there's really not a whole lot here you were missing out on except for that awesome Mukai hair. I mean, look at that cupcake head. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be the bulk of this. There's some pretty good stuff here overall. I mean, it's time waster stuff, I will say. We'll have to wait and see what is going on as far as that exchange shop whenever that opens up and the SP dungeon opens up. So let's go ahead and talk about this chocolate mystery box. So this is largely the same as, I believe it was the New Year's boxes. We'll go ahead and take a look at what's in here. And you know, they want 600 rubies for one of these things, and if you take a look here, you do have a Fest Spider selection in here. You're also going to have a Platinum Special Card Selector. However, the Fest Fighter Selector is 10% rate. And when you open this guy, you're basically just going to get one item randomly from this pool. And some of the stuff in here is really good, admittedly. And you can tell that they definitely want you to spend rubies on this. And I don't know. It's got some decent stuff in it. If you take a look at the pool, this is going to be the pool for the Selector. And there's quite a few characters in here. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% up to date, I don't believe. I don't think that Elisabeth is in here. I could be wrong. We'll take a look here. I know Silent Night Elisabeth is, as you'll see. Oh, never mind, she is there. So it is up to date. So yeah, it's an up-to-date ticket for the most part here, it's looking like. So you will be able to kind of pick whatever character is from the current unified banner and get a memory or get them in general. So that's pretty nice. If you look at the cards, then you're going to see that you're going to have pretty much all your Fest cards on this list as well. So if you need like a piece of the Leah set or whatever the case may be, then you can go ahead and pick that up, and you guys can check this out yourselves. This is a long list, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but you get the idea. Now, at the end of the day, the question is, you can buy this 20 times for 600 rubies a piece. Do you buy it? And that is, that's a big nope. That's a nope from me, dog. I'm not going to tell you that you should be doing that, and I think you should save your rubies. Not worth it. You'll probably end up with something you don't want. But let's move on to the highlight of this, which is the new cards and some summons. Alright, you guys, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am just going to cut to the chase. We are going to be summoning using all of our tokens for this, because these cards are dumb. Straight dumb. So we're going to talk about why. One of them in particular is just completely ridiculous, but this is going to be Iori's new finisher. It is a 3PG card. It is also going to have the added effect of increasing attack by 10% and critical rate by 3.6% for 10 seconds when using it. Very strong finisher. It has become the norm that they are adding these effects to these finishers. Now, I will say we did talk about in the past and showed the animation of it. This is kind of a short animation for a 3PG. And that means that you're probably going to have a lot of times with Iori where he's going to be sitting there with both of his finishers on cooldown because he can spam them pretty quick, but really nice to see. This one here is going to be the Orochi Leona one. It is also going to be a 3PG with the effect of increasing penetration by 700 for 10 seconds when using it. So, also very nice. She needed a 3PG very badly, and it is nice to see that she got one. However, you're going to notice as we go through here, they went out of their way to try and bust her with some of the stuff they did here. We'll talk about when we get to our option, but looking at Iori's option card, it's going to decrease duration of freeze and petrify effects by 20%, and then it's also going to increase critical rate by 2.3%. It does not have cooldown reduction, unfortunately. Now, the other part of this, 30% chance to deal darkness damage equal to 40% of attack to an enemy upon landing an active skill that has no cooldown. Orochi Iori is now a darkness wielder. Now, he is not going to apply darkness, meaning he does not give darkness that is going to do damage over time. He is just going to do a straight 40% of his attack to the enemy as darkness damage. However, this card, powerful, very powerful. This is tailor-made for Guild Raid. He was already a Guild Raid staple as a leader, and this only makes him better. I'm excited to take him in with this and see what he can do once we do these pulls, because this is a very strong card. Now, speaking of strong cards, guys, this is the best option card currently available in this pool, in my opinion. Look at this. Increases power charge rate by 1.5% when attacking, and it has cooldown reduction. That makes that generically the best cooldown reduction card I can think of right now that is available. Now, if you take a look here, it also has an Orochi Leona exclusive of increasing shock damage dealt by 50% for 10 seconds when using an active skill. This makes Orochi Leona so much better. She already had very low cooldowns. She already had very strong power charge rate. She already had very strong damage on her shock. And this just completely puts her damage over the top. This also gives her a ton more help. This is like another buff to her by itself. And this is a buff to every character that can use this card in general, because ignoring the special effect of this card, anybody can take advantage of this. So overall, I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, before we even get into these summons here, you want as many of these as humanly possible. I would go for at least 3 at minimum, and you might end up wanting 6, because this card is really, 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 really strong. Now, I do have quite a few tokens. I do not mind using all of them. Yes, I know Mian might be coming out. Yes, I know she's going to have a finisher, but you might notice that this banner has a 2-week timer on it, meaning that there is a chance that we might be seeing another week-long gap between fests once the timer on the... Oh, we got red. Once the timer on the Unified banner goes down, we might not see a fest for a week in between. They might not add a card to the card banner, meaning that they aren't just going to add Mian. Oh, I could use that. They aren't just going to add Mian without her finisher. Now, none of that's confirmed, but it's possible. So I figured I would let you guys know while I was still thinking about it, but it might be one of those possibilities where we're waiting kind of a week in between, and I don't want to wait on these cards either, because I just want them now so that I can test these things and show you guys footage of these things. And so we're going hard for these because we need that Leona card. So we're going to do our best to get all of these cards, but we are really focusing on the Leona one. I want at minimum 3 of them. I might even go in later for more of these things. Another one of those? Good lord. Oh, I did need a couple more sets of that. I only had the 1 for my gold team, so we definitely need 3. I have another one. I think it's the first... No, it's the 3rd one. I have the 3rd one in my inbox. I really need to go through cards again. We did that huge combined video like weeks ago, and I'm back up to like 600-700 cards in my inbox again. It's ridiculous. So we're going to try and get as many of these as we can. Oh, wow. That is pretty. Well... We should be getting some here. Let's see what we get. Hopefully. All right, awesome. So we got the Iori option. We got that one. We got 2 of the Iori option. Now, the Iori option is really good too in general. Oh, that's a really good card to get too. Wow, this is a lot of crit. It's a Noah card. A lot of crit going on in this multi. But yeah, we want as many of the Leona one as possible, but we'll take plenty of the Iori one too, because that one's really good. Go ahead and just switch that now, since we've got 2 of those. Yeah, okay. But yeah, we're definitely going to be going to Pity as well. So if we miss out on one, then we can go ahead and use that on whichever one we miss out on. Hopefully it's not the Leona one, because yeah, I was shocked when I saw them for the first time. I couldn't believe it. Like, I needed to take a few minutes before I recorded this to kind of compile my thoughts, because I'm like, is this as strong? And there we go. There's the finisher. Very cool. I need more memories for her. I'm very curious to see what she can do now that she has these cards, especially the option card attached to her. She's looking very, very tantalizing right now. But yeah, I needed a few minutes to combine my thoughts with this at first, because I saw that option and I just I needed a minute. I needed a minute to kind of think about it, because I'm just, man, we are getting a ton of that card. We should just switch that one out now. Should definitely switch that one out. And probably have to do that real quick. But yeah, we have not seen a cooldown reduction card with power charge on it before, and that is kind of like the holy grail of combinations for PvE content. Being able to say it has both those effects at one time is really impressive. I think that this banner is probably going to have taken a lot of people by surprise as we get another Fest card there. I'm actually not excited about that, considering another... Wow, we are getting all the Halloween cards. That is ridiculous. Another Noah card, really? But yeah, I think this is going to take a lot of people by surprise. I don't think anybody was really expecting these cards to be this big, but these cards are big. Specifically the Leona one, like I've said, that is going to be a card that you are going to now see best in slot for a lot of things, and you are going to see people exploiting that card a ton. You do not be surprised if it becomes a staple. It is going to see a ton of play all over PvE. And I'm sure in PvP people will be using it a ton too. But in PvE, it is going to make a huge difference for some of these runs. Having the power charge rate on top of the cooldown reduction on one card now opens up a slot, essentially, or at least adds to things that characters were already doing well inherently. And with the Iori one, that one's really strong too. I mean, I should probably give that one a little bit more attention as we're talking about this. And it's crazy the amount of things that there are to talk about with this update. And really it all just pertains to this. I mean, honestly, I've done the Valentines stuff before last year. I think we had basically all of it. So, you know, that stuff not as interesting. But I'm not even going to be able to get to the Ioris. Oh, there we go. Yes! Alright, there's our first one, guys. Awesome. Cool. But... yeah, I'm not even going to be able to get to the Iori Agami character reveal trailer for King of Fighters 15 in this video. I'm probably going to just have to do a separate video breaking that down and kind of going over that, which I'm actually looking forward to. But we do have one of those options now. But yeah, so the Iori one is extremely powerful as well. Iori already likes to have crit, so giving him more crit on top of the fact that he has darkness now is really silly. No, got her finisher again. I think we already got that one, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm 99% sure we already got that one. But giving him darkness now is going to be a game changer for a lot of different things going forward. If they ever add more dungeons that require darkness, Iori is going to then become kind of a pseudo staple to using in those runs. And in guild raid he was already extremely powerful, and he's been an extremely powerful character for PvE in general since pretty much the beginning of the game. I mean, let's be honest, he's pretty much been out since the game dropped, and he has never fallen out of grace. He has always been useful. He has always had versatility on his side. He is a character that you are going to be using, and you should be using. He's good for free-to-play players too, because he's a character that is not a collab. He is not a boss syndrome. He's a character that you can get off the Unified banner. Please give me another option card, for the love of all things holy. I do have the pity, but I don't think I have Iori's finisher either yet. Awesome. Awesome! Woo! Alright, cool. So that's two. That's two. Alright, so I think now we can safely use... I don't want to, but I think we can safely use the pity on the Iori card. I'll go ahead and collect these first, and then we'll come back. So let's go ahead and build these cards up, and then I'll decide what I want to do with my pity. Because I did not get the Iori finisher, unfortunately, and I definitely need that. And I would like to have a third of the Leona option, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I might go back in on that with... I'm not going to say it. I was going to say I might go in with rubies later before this thing ends in a few weeks, but that'll be a game time decision. We'll wait till like the last few days and decide there. But I do want more of that option card while it's on rate up. I mean, this card's just stupid. It's so good. I'm so excited to be able to kind of try this on timed runs and things. But yeah, so, you know, back to Iori though. Iori is very, very powerful in general, so this stuff only makes him just that much better. It's cool to see them give him kind of darkness on a kind of option, because now he can choose whether or not he's using it or not. He never had a dot really in general, so giving him that to kind of compensate is pretty cool. And the 3PG finisher is I don't know yet if that's going to be something that is going to be a staple on him or a best in slot, as it were. Just because it does have a short animation, and the draw of his 5 PG is the fact that it is a very long one. So maybe, maybe not. I do think it'll probably end up being better, but I could see a case for the 5 PG still as well, just based on the fact that the animation is so much longer. As far as Leona goes, Leona was already pretty strong. She was looking really good on damage. She has some wonky stuff with her kit that still kind of holds her back a tad, but she is really good. She's a really good character, much better with her buffs. This stuff, I think, is going to make her very powerful. I really think that option card effect, the exclusive effect on it, is going to help put her over the top for a lot of things in PvE that just require just a nuke. And she already had low cooldowns, she already was able to spam her skills, so giving her just that much better ability to do so is great. We do have some of these vouchers in here too, and I think we have a Kaya summon, which we'll do all this stuff, but let's go ahead and do this real quick and see what we get. And what are we going to get? But yeah, so overall, I'm very happy with these cards for these characters. These are characters that needed help. Iori, debatable. What does this mean? This means that I can now A4 Vice. That's what this means. But he was already really strong. Like, really, really strong. And so he didn't necessarily need the help, but it's nice that he got it. Leona still needed, I think, a little bit of a push, and I think she got the push she needed. So, whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I've got like 5 of those. So, overall, very, very nice cards. Very strong. Pull. If you have been thinking about it or are wondering, you should pull. If you're somebody that wants to maybe wait until they see what happens with the Mian situation or whatever the next fest is in a week to see if the timer on the banner for the unified banner ends up just being one of those things that it's like, okay, we're going to give you an extra week-long gap in between until both banners reset, and then we'll add something, then you can wait and see. I think you got like 6-7 days for Elisabeth to go away, so you can do that, but otherwise, pull. We also, in the midst of all that, finished our bingo because we just need to summon some cards, so got that done. Got our plugs, woo, sure. That is such a lame, like, final reward in my opinion. But, wow, so we still need to use our pity. Trying to remember. Man, I hate to use it on the finisher because I really want another one of the options. But I need the finisher. I need the finisher. I can always go back and get more options. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at there. Well, guess we got to do it. I'm so on the fence, but we're doing it. We're doing it. We got it. All right, we're good. We have all of them. We're good. So, yeah, overall, guys, like I said, if you want to wait a week, you can wait a week. That's fine. Fair play. But I would say that you're safe pulling for this option card. Like, I wouldn't be busting my Ruby bank on it because that is kind of... That's a tough one to tell you guys to do. It really is. You know, at the end of the day, if maybe you want to use some tokens on it, definitely do that. If you want to buy some tokens from the exchange shop while this is going on with the rate up, consider doing that because you are going to want this card. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're in this game, you want this card. So, yeah, overall, that is my opinion on all this stuff, guys. I know this is a bit of a longer video. I appreciate you guys for enjoying it. Now, one other thing I did want to talk about is I wanted to thank you guys for 600 subscribers. We have made it. We have achieved that number. I appreciate all of you. Not bad for 2 months worth of work, guys. So here's to 700 and going forward, and I appreciate all of you. But I think that is pretty much... I think that's pretty much all I needed to show you guys in here. I don't think there's anything I missed. If I did, then you can let me know in the comment section down below, as always. But yeah, overall, guys, very nice update. Very strong cards. Go ahead and pull for this. It is stupid, and I definitely feel comfortable in recommending it to all of you. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I guess I should see if they fix this. I didn't want to do this in the summon video because I didn't want to break it just in case, but let's see. Nope!